back here at GMS Theater itself. I'm with a great friend of mine, Shep Hyken. All right. Shep, I know you from being the customer experience guru. Okay,
That's
without
what
there.
yeah,
Okay.
well, I don't know about guru, but that's all I do.
No, I'm
That's
going to
all
call
I think about
today,
day
right now.
and night.
For the we're going to be talking about customer experience.
Okay.
Okay. And we've got a little snippet here. We're going to go through some of these numbers themselves we got, but we're talking about interesting and intriguing customer experiences.
Yeah, and these are the findings from my latest research. We do research every year.
Good deal.
We field thousands of customers over the years that are weighted to the U.S. Census. So
Good.
it's a cross section of Gen Zs to boomers,
Right.
male, female, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, because we got to get across those generations to
Yep.
find out what's
And
going
there's differences,
and
big
they
differences.
see a lot of
Yeah.
things differently with different types of glasses. And I'm going to be using mine, all right, through this
Okay.
presentation.
And if
So-
I
so
need mine, I've got them right
you got
here.
them.
Yeah.
We call it the age-age syndrome.
Just in case. I'll keep them handy.
First one on the top says 96% of sellers. It says product quality wins. All right, customers saying that the quality of the product is more important to them.
Yeah, and my point of this is we gave a list of a number of experiences that you would have with a company when you did business with them, including the product quality, trust, customer service,
Yeah, right.
convenience, personalization,
Sure.
and number one was product quality. And the point is this: if your product or your service doesn't do what it's supposed to do, it doesn't matter how good or friendly you are
Sure.
in delivering it, they're going to go find a place that gets them what they need.
That's right, exactly.
That
And
simple.
hopefully it's price, product, service themselves that's going to get them out there. But most of the times something arrives. I mean, I've received product and I looked at it and I go, this is not really what I've expected.
Mhm.
Okay. And so it's not going to fit my need, and boom.
Yep.
It goes right back.
Right.
I'm not going
And
to
it's
tell you
the-
where it
by
goes
the
back
way-
to, but it goes back.
By the way, if they take it back quickly, you go, oh, wow, that was easy. Now I trust them. I'll buy again
That's right.
from them. Right.
Yeah, I've seen that
Yep.
time and time again. All right. Second one at
Yeah.
65%, we say is convenience.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, and convenience is always rated at the very, very top of things that are important. Convenience is actually more important than a nice, friendly customer experience. And we ask, would you rather have a convenient and efficient experience where things are quick and easy, or would you rather have somebody friendly? And they go, oh, I'd rather have an easy,
That's right.
the easy inconvenience.
That's right, exactly.
And no, no friction's important. So, and that's what convenience is all about. How easy can we be to do business with?
Can't beat that. All right. So then we got 59%, a little lower out there.
This is good. This isn't in any ranking
Okay,
or order.
that's what I want to make sure.
Just
It's
random important facts that might excite you.
59% say paying more.
Boom!
Whoa!
Boom! Yeah.
All right, saying
yeah.
customer service is more important than price, making price less relevant.
Bingo. And that's the point. Price doesn't become irrelevant. You can't charge a fortune for the same thing your competitor is, but if you're somewhat competitively priced, you don't need to be the lowest price.
Good.
The people that are the lowest price, oftentimes I'm loyal to that store. They have the lowest prices.
Sure.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
They're loyal to their prices,
Pricing.
not
Exactly.
the store
Exactly.
or not the brand or
Sure.
whatever it is. So, but the whole point is delivering a great experience means you create something that people want, they trust, they know it's going to happen,
Right.
and they're willing to pay a little bit more for that.
Yeah, and loyalty changes across the generations too, as well.
Yeah, it's really interesting how boomers value loyalty at a certain level,
Sure.
Gen Z another. And again, we take some of these stats and facts and break them down by generations.
Good.
Yep.
Superb. Excellent. All right. The next one we've got up there is CX, Customer Experience Expectations. Says that when it comes to customer service, most companies don't normally meet their expectations.
Wow. So I've been preaching about this for years, and I use it as my number one opening trend. And every year I do my trends and predictions, and that is this. Customers are more demanding than ever. And the reason is, I can use a verb that was not my word, but it's a great one. Maybe it's a noun. It's the Amazonation
Right.
of the world.
Right.
So Amazon and by the way, we have the top 25 brands, and we ask thousands of customers, give us your 3 favorite brands you like to do business with when you think of great customer service.
Right.
You've got at the top, I'm surprised at some of them, but Amazon, Walmart, Costco, brands like that. Well, and Apple and Chick-fil-A
Right,
and all
exactly.
that. Well, if you think about it, what Amazon does is they created this incredible level of trust. And Amazon may or may not be your favorite, but whatever your favorite is the benchmark that you use to compare any other business.
That's right. You do.
Right. So, and that's an important thing to remember, because people say, I want to be so good. I want to be better than my competitor. That's not who they're comparing you to.
Right,
So
exactly.
if you want to be as good as your competitor and you're in a type of business that's a bunch of dogs in a horse race, right? That's all you're going to be is the best in
And
your class. But
class,
if
right.
you look at the companies that the world admires and you go, okay, that's what I aspire to be like, you become world class.
Good. Like that. Like that. All right. So basically, down here we get to better or worse. Think customer service is better than last year. All right. Or the year last.
Hmm.
That means that almost 6 out of 10 customers think it's worse.
Yeah, isn't that a shame? And once
Wow.
again, I go back to that stat and fact that we find that customers are benchmarking against the best. And
Right.
and here's my theory on this: is that many companies are accelerating and getting better. They're not just getting better fast
Right.
enough.
Yeah.
And AI is driving sometimes a good experience or a bad experience
Right.
because companies using digital support and digital experiences may not be using the latest and greatest technology where another company is. So that, and by the way, at one point in time, I don't know when in the near future that's going to be, but all of the companies that are using old technology will abandon the old and come into the new, and the
Yeah.
legacies go away. And then we have this great mix of where I think people will say, I have confidence
Right.
in a digital experience. But the point of this is so many of those bad experiences are being driven by people trying to go all digital or out of balance on the digital, or B, not training their
Not
people
training
well enough
people. Right.
on how to
Exactly.
deal on the front line.
My gosh.
Yeah.
It said the next one down here is 82% says why customers leave. All right. This is a big one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
And it says,
but this is so common sense.
yeah, right. It says out here, it says, say rudeness and apathy is likely to make them switch or leave a brand.
Right. 82%, which basically, if you make the wrong hire and you put somebody on the front line and so the other day I'm at an office for an appointment and I walk in and after just a few minutes of interacting with the person at the front desk, I said, you know what my goal is today? My goal is to make you smile. And she didn't smile even when I said that.
There's some tough ones out
And
there.
then
I
you know
try to
what
get them
but you know
cracked.
what she said to me? I'm not a morning person.
Right.
This is what she, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh. So I go back and talk to her boss. I say, you're not going to believe what you have out there on the front line. I don't want to get her in trouble, but you've got to tell her you're in showbiz. You're on stage. Show up and smile. Put on the show.
Exactly. I love that. I tell people themselves, how many morning people are in a crowd? And they raise their hand and turn and say, you're going to hate me for the first hour and a half. You know, that's what's going to happen. I says, but after a while I wear on you. So you'll come back to it. All right. So yeah, the 68%, the phone is number one. All right. And it says down here, say they would rather call a company than use self-service. Welcome to my world, baby boomer world.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Use self-service options to solve their problems.
Right. So here's the thing. If you've got a problem, I ask you, would you rather go to a website, which by the way means you first went digital to go get the phone number
Right.
and use the phone to call
You got to
somebody
find
live.
it first.
Right. You got to find it first. And so in a sense, you're already going digital.
Right.
Or would you rather get your information right away without having to call, wait on hold, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah.
68% this year. By the way, the variance has been 2% over the last 6 or 7 years. That's it. So basically about 7 out of 10 customers. Here's what's interesting. Last year, 88% of baby boomers.
Thank you very much. That's you, me. All
Yeah,
right.
there
I'll
you
just
go.
make sure we're clear.
They said rather use the phone.
Right.
This year, 80%. We're getting more comfortable with digital self-service. Last year, Gen Z, 51%. By the way, 51% said, even though I prefer the phone for a problem, you better give me the option of self-service. They don't see checking on an order as truly a customer service function.
Right.
They see it as just, hey, I'm just checking on my order. But if I got a real problem, I want to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
But here's what's interesting. 51% last year. Baby boomers came down to 80, right? They went up to 60.
Really?
Yeah, 6 out of 10 Gen Zs who are digital natives would rather talk to somebody when they have a real problem.
I have to. All right. If you don't talk to somebody, you're talking to the computer. The computer can't answer you or can't fix your problem. And my problem is they say when you're trying to get a live person, if you do find the phone number, all right, because that level of it's left out of the systems, prompt A, prompt B, hit 3, hit 5, hit 7, hit 9, and they
start
go
screaming.
And I
Agent,
do.
representative, hit the 0 over and over and over again.
These are big companies.
Yeah.
All right. These are big entities that are producing a lot of product and services.
They call that, by the way, the sales prevention department.
They do a great job. I got to tell you, I'll give them kudos for that.
So one of the questions we ask, and by the way, this survey is totally free. You don't have to pay anything for it.
Right.
Just find me, go to my website, and click on a button. Don't even have to give me your email.
Right.
That's how I want people to use
Good.
this.
And I
Just
think
use it.
people should.
Yeah. We have a question in there, and I can't remember what the number and the finding is, but have you ever called somebody, been caught in that phone tree, and started screaming agent or representative, and then hung up out of frustration? And it's like, I can't believe how many people that has happened to.
I'm ad-libbing. I'm using all sorts of flavor for what we say is New York language.
Hmm.
Okay. I haven't given that up. All right. But the fact itself that now I'm realizing after a while, I'm yelling and getting frustrated at a phone.
Hmm.
And I said, this is just not working. So what happens? Click. All right. What happens to the experience?
Yep.
Oh, I got to take a breather. I got to go get some lunch. I got to get out. I can't do this no more. I said, and that's what happens. 49% AI comfort level. They say that they are more comfortable using AI for customer support than they were last year.
Yeah, that's an interesting stat because as we move into the digital era, only 50%, half your customers are comfortable, but more comfortable than last year. ChatGPT, which became a mainstream thing just
Sure.
the last few years, has
Right.
made the general consumer feel like, okay, I understand what this AI thing is all about. Ironically, they don't realize AI and customer support has been around for a long, long time.
Sure it
In
is.
the 2000 teens, I was going to IBM Watson conferences. Watson.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And it was all about using AI to support your customer, to create sales, to create efficiencies, things like that. And it's been around. If you think about even your email, when it moves something to spam into that junk filter, which
Right.
it's been doing for decades, that's AI working. We've been using AI for a long time and just not even knowing it. But we're
Even
more comfortable now than ever before.
sure, imagine that, right? And the last item out says trust. All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Says great customer services increases their trust in a company.
Yeah.
I'm
So
looking for the service.
number one, if I treat you right
How
and I
come I'm
treat
not
you,
getting it?
yeah, well then, I don't get any kind of inconsistency erodes trust. But to the point of a great service experience, wow, they treat me really well. This is a good company.
Right.
People say, I love doing business with them, even though it might have been a he, a she, or a person
Right.
that's taking care of you. But overall, if you give a great experience, but here's the cool thing. The very first stat we talked about was 96% of
Right.
customers say product quality is good. You know what's right up there at like 95 point something
Go.
percent? Trust.
Trust.
Even if you have the greatest product and you've got great service for whatever reason, I can't imagine those two together would cause you not to want to do business with somebody, except I don't trust you. You're Enron. No, for those who don't know what Enron is, Google it.
Yeah,
But
but
Enron, or I mean, say trust is we don't align. You didn't do what you promised me,
that's right.
and that's the first form of trust. Did you do what you promised?
Sure.
Did you make a brand promise to me that you kept? And then, do you conduct business in a way that is of the same values that I
Right.
have?
Exactly.
Are you did you do something scandalous? Do you have executives going to jail for what? I mean, these are things that erode trust. But the
Right.
point of it is, if the product quality is not there or trust isn't there, game over. Doesn't
Right.
matter how nice people are.
Yep.
Yeah,
Trust, friendship, and communication.
there
There
you
they go.
go.
Shep, if you want to leave our audience themselves with one tidbit, all right, when it comes down to customer experience, what is it?
Wow. Well, gosh, I'll give you two because I like to always
Good.
under promise, over deliver. Number one is to recognize customer service or customer experience. You should think of it as a culture and a philosophy, not a department or a tactic or whatever, because it needs to be ingrained in the total organization.
Sure, right.
And if you're really serious about delivering a great experience, then I would take a look at every single touch point the customer could possibly have
Have right.
with your company and analyze, are we optimizing it for efficiency, for whatever interaction they're having, is it optimized for the best that it could possibly be?
Sure.
And
Right.
by the way, do it once today, you're going to come back a few
Come
months
back.
later
Yeah.
and look at it all again and make sure
That's right.
things haven't changed.
Yeah.
So that's what I would suggest.
I would say one thing itself. I've known service, and you probably can concur with this. Service has dropped off the edge of the face of the earth over the last many years.
I hope not, because my job is to make companies excel in that world.
All right, good. So with that comment is
But
strike.
no. I think it's important. I think people today feel it isn't what it is. If you look
Yeah.
at the ACSI, American Customer
So
Satisfaction
such a-
Index, they will say for like the last 20 years, we've been stagnant. Well, I think you can only go so far. And the companies that are leading it, as I mentioned earlier, they're setting the pace, they're setting the benchmark for other ways customers think about the businesses that they
Right.
are doing business with. And if you if you say to me, I want to deliver great customer service, I
Right.
say, don't just look at your competitors.
Sure.
Take a look at the best companies that you like doing business
Sure.
with. Sit down with your team, ask, who do you love doing business with and why? Be very specific why. And then say, is there anything that they do that we could be
Could you be
doing?
doing right?
And then
Exactly.
once again, we go from, maybe the best in class to world class, because we're no longer looking at just a competitor to try to benchmark our level of service. We want to
Sure.
be best in our industry.
Sure.
How about you be best in your industry and maybe recognized around the world, being
That's
compared to
that's
others?
even
Yeah.
better. Even
I love
better.
that. I love that.
Even better.
Which is why you need this report. And again, it's free. I love free.
Free is good for me, right? Free is good for me. Shep, how do they reach you?
Hyken.com, HYKEN.com. And while you're there, if you like the report, get it. It's free.
Good.
Sign up for my newsletter. It's free. You will have to give me an email if you want to get my newsletter.
Sure.
I have cartoons every week that are fun, plus a great customer service article. And I just love giving it all away because I just want to create a better world, at least in customer service and customer experience.
So Shep wants to really enhance the global experience themselves through global experiencing and customer experiences.
Yeah.
Shep,
Hey,
my
man,
pleasure
thanks
as
so much.
always. Pleasure. Thank
It
you
is
very
my
much for
pleasure.
coming by. Shep Hyken here, hanging out with us at NSA Thrive Global Media Studios themselves. So Rich, we'll be back soon, Shep.
Thanks,
Good
Rich.
job. Thank you. Appreciate it.